Welcome back to another episode of Microplays, a video series that documents smaller plays that can sometimes fall under the radar, but still deserve some attention. Today, we're going to be breaking down some plays that occurred during the Overwatch League 2021 season, showcasing new and old talent alike. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. Starting us off, we're joining Dallas and Atlanta as the Fuel are gearing up to push their cart the final few meters to capture. As the Fuel group up, both Team Sombras are lurking in their invisibility, biding their time until an opportunity presents itself for an early pick or some easy ult percentage. As Pelican emerges from his stealth, he immediately manages to destroy D.Va's translocator, but unfortunately gets slept. Upon waking up, he attempts to mash his translocate button for a free get-out-of-jail card, but it seems to have malfunctioned. What actually happened was D.Va had uncloaked and destroyed Pelican's translocator at the same moment as his own was destroyed, rendering Pelican completely stranded. However, as D.Va gets found out by the rain, he, just like his red counterpart, finds himself mashing his translocator button helplessly, as it also was destroyed. As a Sombra, be sure to always be wary of your own counterpart. You never know what they might be up to.
And with a minute and 40 on the clock, you have an EMP, you're going to have a rally of your own if you're Atlanta. You can put Dallas in one-fight territory.
Pelican slapped! That's huge! He's not able to get away, no translocate, but somehow he's able to repeat the same on the other side of the map. Pelican looked like he clapped there because he realized that he got saved to a degree.
Heading into the next play, we're looking at the Dragons frantically attempting to defend against Shock's offensive on Ilios. Early in the fight, even though Super fell, Nero managed to get 2 picks, which gave a major advantage to Shock. However, let's watch what Lip does to completely turn the fight around. Jumping out the back window to avoid the bomb, he finishes off Violet's Moira and wraps around the point to start putting pressure onto the Shock's Lucio. After a confusing blink and going face-to-face with an angry Reaper, he recalls and locks onto Sombra, eliminating him with a clean 1-clip. Blinking to the window, he then finishes off baby D.Va and finally cleans up the remnants of Shock by denying Nero the escape. With a crisp 4K, the Dragons manage to reclaim possession of the point, and Lip nets himself a very impressive highlight.
Right now, but who could reach him? They're trying to get to him, but instead of the point, looks like it's rally target. Death Blossom's going down right now, and Lee Gon's going to be felled by it. Flatter also is knocked out of duplication. It brought him a stay of execution, but nothing more than that. Fate's removed, and Nero's safe on the point, and Flatter's flying too close to the ground. Nero blows him up. It has to be a recall away from Lip, but Nero just moves on to the next target. It's another day at the office here for the Hellfire shotguns, but Lip's causing problems. He recalled away, and Nero has to leave.
Next up, we travel to Kings Row as the Shock are looking to retake some territory from the Shanghai Dragons. Shock's cart is pretty far into the factory, and the Dragons are deciding to hold the closer choke point. To begin, the Dragons open up with an amplification matrix, while Choihyobin immediately pops his self-destruct. Without skipping a beat, Glister lines up his teleporter with the top of the payload, and Choi presses his interact button, sending his mech through at the last second. It explodes and kills 5 members of the Dragons. Completely bewildered by this spur-of-the-moment play, the Dragons fall for this point hold, and Super's face says the rest.
Mr. Steal your job. Alright, M-Matrix and Super vaporizes. Unreal! What a moment for this to happen! Choi fighting 5 with the self-destruct!
What in the world? Oh, yep, let's get a replay. I agree, Fate. Wow. What in the world was that?
Absolutely speechless. The Dragons had that fight dead to rights, and Choi comes out of nowhere. We'll talk about a big game player, man. Absolutely stunning.
That is a 6K. A legit one.
Transitioning to the Dallas Fuel vs Washington Justice on Havana, the Justice are down 2-1 in the series, and successfully holding this point would mean breaking even, giving them a chance at actually taking the entire match. However, if you've seen this match, you know it doesn't exactly go as planned. Heading into it, the Fuel are advancing the cart at an alarming pace, and the Justice are en route as fast as they can. As they close in to contest the point, nobody actually touches the cart fast enough before it reaches the game-winning objective, and Washington pulls off one of the biggest C9s in recent history. If Mag had just kept holding W instead of backtracking slightly, Justice could have potentially taken this fight, and given the time bank, perhaps even end up winning the map, which would have tied up the series and given them the momentum they needed to beat Dallas.
The less likely it looks here for the Justice. Fury has to give his life there, though, just to slow down the objective. It's going to be ×3 on the payload, and the Dallas Fuel haven't even got it into overtime here. The Justice are not just going to have to win one team fight, they've got to win multiple. And that means Fury has to come back on Wrecking Ball. This is crazy scenarios. And they don't touch! They don't touch! Oh my word. What a way. What an unbelievable way for the Justice to go down into the lower bracket.
I don't know what to say.
Their backs were already up against the wall. They were already not favored to be in that position. Fury coming back on Wrecking Ball too, but you can see it written across their faces. A shock. Head in the hands for Closer as well, who played an excellent game, it's got to be said. But in those final moments, that communication just slips through the cracks and there was no one there to contest the objective.
To end this episode off, let's see how Izayaki handles unwanted guests in the backline of his team. Starting the fight, Izayaki heads to the left where he hears Sparkle pitter-pattering around, and saves Void from dying without his mech. This puts a big target on Izayaki's head from Sparkle, so Izayaki returns to the backline. Getting shot from behind, it seems Sparkle has found a special interest in eliminating Izayaki early, but is unable to confirm any sort of kill. Getting shot and then recalling, Sparkle double blinks in for a second try, but Izayaki is ready. He gets a hit onto Sparkle and follows it up immediately with a Bionade, instantly killing him. Taking advantage of a greedy Tracer, Izayaki shows that his backline is safe from flankers, especially from those as desperate as Sparkle.
They didn't expect Fletter to be coming from behind now. It's looking pretty dire for the Dallas Fuel. Fearless being healed up by Fielder for the time being. There is a rally on the horizon if Fearless can just hang on. Unclear whether that Sparkle pulse bomb was intended for an animate object or not. And there it is, Flatter finding two now in the middle of the fight. The self-destruct is not going to find anybody. And Heartbeat is hacked outside of the mech. It's going to be the Dragons here with the hole in a moment.
Still pretty good push here for the Dallas Fuel.
And that's all the plays we have for this episode of Microplays. Which of these plays was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below.
This video is made possible thanks to our wonderful patrons. Massive thank you to everyone on this list, and shout out to Jason B, Brendan QB, Foxy, Lyra, Mauve, Sierra, Shampoo, Weebu, Spartacus, and Yashichi for being platinum supporters. As well as an extra special shout out to Steven, Noodles, Marco, and Andy for being diamond supporters. Hope you guys liked the video. If you also want to support our channel and unlock perks, check out the Patreon link in the description below or join our Discord server. If you want to help us out in a different way, leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell to stay up to date is also appreciated. My name's Jonah, thanks for watching.